Hey, welcome back. So the last time we were moving the little boys over to the new buck pen, and then now we also have the big boys over here. So let me show you. Hello, Silas. We still haven't finished the enclosure or their plaything yet, but either way, I think that they're pretty happy to be in here, and the chickens are doing good, so that's exciting. And then that's Chase out there. So I heard back from the Mini Dairy Goat Association, and everyone's paperwork went through, so I'm just waiting to get it back, and then I will post Chase. Oh, we're gonna rest, take it easy. So I had a friend who was telling me about this experience that her friend had when she was trying to sell her goat, and you know, everyone does everything online these days, and I don't know, this poor girl got some horrible comments about someone like wanting to eat her goats or whatever, and it's just terrible. And I'm glad that she has her Aunt Amy, my friend, to look out for her. But yeah, I think that's, I don't know, it's unfortunate, right? Because we spend all this time and effort and love and all this that we put into our animals, and maybe if you don't have animals, then into your creative ventures or your work or whatever it is that you do, and so when people poke at that or challenge that, it feels bad. You know, that's sort of because we're putting a little bit of our identity onto like what we have and what we're doing, right? So that's hard not to do, but just remember that, you know, you're not your animals, and you're not, you know, you're good, and you're doing everything that you can, and so just give yourself a break. What happens to me But first, I was gonna show you, because we did rent the tractor. So here's a few clips of the tractor, and then I was the ducks, and we dug a hole because we're gonna have a little, I want to say pond, but it won't really be a pond, right? Because it's gonna have, it'll just, like a mud pit probably is more an accurate description. But I think that they'll love it, and they're super adorable. So let's go look real fast. Are you all ready to take a ride? Leaf doesn't have a lap for you to sit in, I'm sorry. It's all bones.
Yeah.
Alright, we're excited for you. Got it? Can you just... Okay, we're kind of at the corner right here, right? So here's the girl pen. We were just in the garden looking at the boys. Oh, that plastic flat. So earlier today, sidetracked, I moved all of our pots for like the plant nursery and things like that into the fenced area because Mrs. Rose's at nighttime, she pulls them all out and she chews on them, and it just drives me crazy. There's little plastic pieces everywhere, and talk about needing to let something go, man. That just disturbs my peace every morning. Ugh. Okay, so check it out. I don't know if you... Ooh, it's kind of hard to tell with this lighting. Okay, so we're thinking their enclosure is going to kind of be like a circular shape around this tree. It's higher on that back side right there, so it'll be more the drier end. And then the pond, which if you leave anything on a drip, it kind of just starts to puddle up here. Her water level, I think, was like at 26 feet. I'm not entirely sure. It's pretty low. It's a low spot. There's a lot of clay. So we're just going to see what happens. But they pretty much just hang out because they're in the other enclosure right now. And I've been opening it up, and they've been just kind of like, they kind of come out and hang out and go play in their pool. And so that's cool. And they'll be right here by the boys. And yeah. And probably I'll make a way to have access into the actual goat enclosures if there's ever more. Like, they get the bugs and stuff, so. So for me, I don't know, when things upset me, they tend to like swirl over and over in this like circle in my brain. And I really hate that. So a little bit about me is I am a recovering alcoholic. I haven't had a drink in like 10 years. So it's really important for me to not have resentments and be like angry and irritated in that sort of state. And so I thought I'd just share a few things since this kind of all got brought up, and I've been thinking about it a lot. And even with Miss Rose's chewing on my stuff every morning, you know, like how can we let things go? How can we come back to a place of peace in a relatively reasonable amount of time? And if any of you are like on a homestead, or you have animals, like, or you're dealing with the public, like, you know that like you're gonna be triggered all the time. Like, it's everything is out of our hands, right? So so how can we find that peace? But yeah, so let's go look at the ducks real fast. Hi. How you doing? So we had the olive eggers and the steel eggers in here, and this was my real unhappy coop, and I think that was just a little bit too small for them. They didn't like pecking at each other and stuff, and so we moved them, we integrated them, and they are now in here with the Easter eggers, and they've all recovered and they're all doing super well, and you can just tell they're a million times happier. There's one back there. Yeah, so it makes me happy because it's been driving me crazy that they came out. That they seem, you know, but it's this area in here, and then it includes this goat area, so they can go back and forth, and it's just a huge area compared to where they were at, so of course they're happier, I suppose. Okay, so what do we do when we get all irritated and mad and well, I think it's important, and where I have started is to just notice, like, and really notice. Like, it's easier to just be like, oh, I'm mad, but like, what does that feel like? You know, like, is your heart racing? Are you sweating? Are you trembling? You know, like, I don't know, for me, I don't know if you have the same experience, and I don't know why, right? Like, so you're on a road and you go to pass somebody, It's totally legitimate. It's a legitimate pass, you know. But it's like I just get this shot of like adrenaline and my heart starts racing, and I'm just kind of like, I don't like to pass people anymore just because I know it's gonna like, you know, and so I haven't quite figured out how to like come to a conclusion around that yet, but I definitely try to notice all the things that take place like while it's happening, like what is physically happening, what is my mind doing, like what are all the things, you know. So definitely taking notice. Right. Hi girls, these are my cry babies. They're in the process of being weaned right now. We're not gonna do another Daisy who never weaned, so they're over here for a few weeks and then they get to go back. But oh heavens, you guys are not happy, huh? We're not happy. We're a little bit quieter today, but not much, and it's warm right now, so everyone's chilling out. But they're okay. And Mama's actually picked up in milk production, so it seems like maybe she was on her way to weaning them anyways, so, or being stingy at least with them, because now that she's getting milked out in the morning and night, she's making a lot more. Okay, so now we have taken the time to really feel into our anger or our upsetness or whatever is going on, and we catch it turn in circles in our brain. So just be easy on yourself, and I guess for me the practice has been thinking about something else, like something that feels good, something positive. So one of my things is like, right, when I pick up my kitties and I hold them on close, and there's that, you know, just that love that you feel for animals, or maybe you have kids, right? Like, think of that, like, and then every time you notice, oh, you're back to the, because right, you're just gonna go back to the anger thoughts and everything, because that's just how we work, right? But with practice, and you come back to this positive thing, and you're like, oh, this anger, and then come back to the positive, really feel that love or whatever you're focusing on that's good and positive, and over time you'll get better at it, and you won't hang on to these like that's so much so long. And it's just practice, and I'm angry all the time. That's why I work on these things. So I'm not trying to say that I have this down or anything. I'm just saying that that's what helps me. And it's interesting, like, how little focus we have on anything, right? So if you want to test how good your focus is on something, pick a flower, right? Any flower will do. Actually, let's go find a flower and we'll do this together. Okay, here's our flower. This is a columbine flower. And we're going to break all the rules of video right now by just staring at this flower. So, if you want to try this with me, what we're going to do is just focus everything you have on this flower. And when you notice your mind start to wander, and it will, bring it back. And you bring it back. And you do it over and over again. Some things that you can help do are think about this flower. Oh, what a beautiful shade of yellow it is. I wonder if it opened today. I wonder if it opened yesterday. Has there been any pollinators by? How many of those anthers are sticking up there? Does it have any other flower friends? You know, these are just examples to kind of help you maintain your focus on the flower, and you'll have an idea pretty fast on how quickly your mind can wander. So, right, you can practice this. You can practice holding your attention on things, which will allow you to hold your attention on things in normal life. So those are things that I do because I just can't afford to hang on to resentments. I can't afford to be angry all the time, and it wastes my energy. And being a recovering alcoholic is, yeah, I don't need any excuse to get angry and, you know, throw that to the wind, right? We just tend to make weird decisions when we're all in that heightened state. So Yeah, I hope that was helpful, and thanks for looking around with things. The nursery is looking, it's really doing well. It's kind of at its peak, and it'll be in its peak through fall. And then, we'll go through her cycle of shutting down again. So, all right, well, I hope you have a lovely week.